Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Recovery Snack, sponsored by Recovery Concepts. I'm Chris on this Tuesday, May 12th. Hope everybody had a great Monday. Hope you just got out there and killed it, man. Knocked out whatever it was you had to do. It rained all day here in Southwest Virginia, pretty much all day till late at night. We're getting a little bit of a little bit of spitty rain here and there, but I'm not mad about that. We're kind of dry, and we just put I think over 30 tomato plants in the ground over the weekend. Squash, zucchini. No, not squash, zucchini. Put some other stuff. Got some cushaw in the ground, some cantaloupes, some gourds, a couple of different things. Already had some radishes and beets and carrots. Anyway, long story short, peas. Love sweet peas. We got a bunch of stuff in the garden. The 30, I think it was 32 tomato plants that we put in over Saturday and Sunday. That was the newest thing in. And peppers are next, but we needed the rain, I guess. I'm rambling already. It's kind of where I was going with all that. So, happy to have the rain. Let's see here. Tuesday, May 12th. What do we got going on here? A quote from James Thurber. It's better to know some of the questions than all of the answers. What know-it-alls we were during our using days. Damn, that's cold. Hit me in the face like that Tuesday morning. What know-it-alls we were during our using days. That's me. We had opinions, answers, and comments about everything and everyone. Most of this was a cover-up. We acted like the big shot or the princess, hoping no one noticed how afraid or lost we truly were. As our sense of powerlessness grew, so did our arrogance. One of the gifts of recovery is the gift of not having to know, but rather getting to question. This is one of the reasons why we do inventories. We have questions that we must find the answer to. How did I get so lost? Who did I hurt? How can I right the wrongs of the past? We look to find out the ways we are incomplete. Then we ask for what we need. We need others to help us to be complete. What a gift it is not having to know it all ourselves. What a gift it is to have recovery friends and sponsors to help us. Prayer for the day. Higher power, keep me questioning life. Help me remember that an open mind is one that allows you and others in. Today's action. Today I will make 2 columns on a piece of paper. On the left side I will list times when I acted like the big shot. On the right, I will write down what fears or insecurities I was trying to cover up. Wow, wow, wow. What know-it-alls we were during our using days. Most of this was a cover-up. We acted like a big shot, hope no one knew how afraid or lost we were. That's so relatable. I don't know how I did it. I don't know where it came from. But I got myself in a position during my journey to where I thought that it was a sign of weakness if you didn't have the answers. It was a sign of weakness or stupidity if you needed to ask questions. And as far as the big shotism is concerned, I can relate to that 100%. I walked around puffed up all the time trying to look a role that I thought I was supposed to be. And in reality, my buddy said it best a while, way long time ago. He said I was an egomaniac with an inferiority complex. And that hit me hard because I that was so relatable to me. It was important to me to have the perception from others that I had it together. And nothing could have been more true. Yes, I was functioning. Yes, I had a place, I had a car, I had a job. But I was so lost in, in the quiet times, if you will, in the isolation, if you will, about what it was all about and why. And especially when I screwed up, did some stupid shit or, did some bad things. What was that about? Why would I have done that? Because I didn't have the answers about why I did some of the things I did. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I knew better than to do them. And yet, I swore I wasn't going to do them no more. And I'd get out and do them again, man. It was the most confusing thing I ever went through. But I feel like the big shotism and the having an opinion on everything all the time, that was just a way for me to deflect people from, getting a good stare at me. If I was big shot and then everybody thought I was okay, if I had an opinion on it and expressing that way before anybody ever asked me, then I was deflecting. I was sending people away from me, and more, more in a footprint of trying to direct people how to make their lives better and shit. I didn't have mine together, man. It was very, very confusing time, for a very long time. And I kind of felt like, I knew that it was wrong. Like this is none of my business. Those things would cross my mind or whatever. But you get into the form of habits, and it becomes who you are. I did everything the way that I did it for almost 3 decades or whatever, because that is who I was. That is who I became at that point in time. Repetition of actions and behaviors over and over and over becomes characteristics of an individual. And I think that's why another thing, early recovery is so hard, because, your body's missing the chemicals, the alcohol, the stuff. And on top of that, you're doing things that completely go against the grain of anything that you have ever tried before. It's all foreign. So your body doesn't like how things are going. Your mind is confused and on edge, or mine was anyway, due to, there's nothing in there calming, calming the brain waves and the thought patterns of, what used to tamp it all down. You don't have that anymore. And all the emotions and the problems and possible traumas and things that people have are welling up because there's nothing in them to tamp them down. And there's a bunch of people standing around for me in 12-step rooms, smiling and grilling, having a great damn time. And I feel like ass, man. I feel horrible. It was hard to keep staying in that room. That's why I always tell anybody that listens to me, I'm a child of desperation. I never made a moral decision I'd like to tell everybody that it happened like, I knew I was doing wrong and I wanted to be a better man and do the right things and be a productive member of society. That's all bull. That's all bull. I'm not proud of it, but that ain't what happened to me. I had to get desperate. I had to write it down to desperation. Things had to be bad before I stopped and started trying to do something different to get away from it, man. I would love to tell you, that I just, hit a level and just said, I'm not going any farther. I'm going to be a better man and all that shit, man. That's not what happened to me, man. It's possible you could do that. I didn't. I rode it till the wheels fell off and there wasn't much else able to do besides pretty much die. And that's when I became willing to try something else. I had to have desperation in my life. So if you're teetering around in there or whatever, not quite sure, which way you want to go or whatever, you don't have to go that far. It's absolutely okay to not take it all that far. You can turn it around and not have to go through some of that pain, because there's more pain. If you're having substance problems and you don't quit putting the substances in you, more than likely there's going to be more pain, and it gets worse. So, hopefully, hopefully that means something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just rambling now. I appreciate y'all joining me. Y'all know the spiel. Please subscribe, like the videos or whatever. Try to get that algorithm banging. Anybody that might enjoy us, please tell them about it. Especially please share it on any social media outlets that you've got that you feel drawn to do so or whatever. This is an anonymous program, 12-step is or whatever. So, of course, don't break anonymity if you don't want to. But I'm wide open addict, alcoholic in recovery. So I don't care if you share it on my behalf anyway. Doesn't matter to me. This is why I'm doing it. I'm trying to get this out and about a little bit. But I appreciate y'all joining me. Y'all make it an awesome Tuesday. Come on back and see me tomorrow. We'll do it again, Lord willing. Make a hump day out of it. Have a good one. Peace.